Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another video of ours. This video is going to focus on each Premier Division team and if they could sign one position this window, what, in my opinion, would be the best position for them to sign. So it's not player specific, it's more position specific. So we're going to start, I suppose, at the bottom of the table and work our way up. We'll start off with UCD and, UCD, it's very difficult. A lot of UCD people in the club would probably say they need a lot of players. But if you're talking about one position, I'd go for centre forward. Yes, they conceded 7 at the weekend against Pats, but that doesn't happen too often. They do concede goals, sloppy goals at times. But if you look in the last number of seasons with UCD, what's really, really helped them through has been a centre forward who could score a lot of goals. We had Yo-Yo Maddie. We then had Colin Whelan. We had them combined at one point as well. And then with Tommy Lonergan. They don't have that at the moment. Dylan Duffy's gone as well, obviously an attacking player, not a striker, but an attacking player. And they just don't have that in the team. They don't have a centre forward who's going to score too many goals for them. And that's probably been, if you were to pick one position, just one position where they could improve and get someone in, it is centre forward. Of course, in the league, it looks like it's too little too late, but that's not really the point of the video, is it? So I would say for UCD, the one position where if they could improve and get someone in would be centre forward, another Tommy Lonergan, another Colin Whelan, or another Yo-Yo Maddie. So that's UCD. Cork City. Now, I've looked at Cork City closely, particularly that Buckley's there now, manager to the end of the season as well. And we know that Buckley likes to play generally 4-3-3. He likes to play good attacking football. He likes to play from the back. They've had a few difficulties at times playing that system, I think, or playing that style in terms of playing from the back. And I think if they could bring in one player, be a centre back for me, because I think Gilchrist is a strong defender. Coleman is a bit of a leader for the team as well, but they need someone who can actually play from the back. So if he's going to persist with that, he needs a centre back who can play from the back, basically. Simple as that. They could also probably do it a midfielder who can come receive the ball, but this is only one position. So I would say for Cork City, a centre back. Again, let me know in the comments, guys, for any of these teams who you support. Let me know what your opinions are and what position. If you could have one position filled and why, let me know as well. But for me, Cork City is centre back because they need a ball-playing defender if they're going to persist in that style. Drogheda United. Now, I think most Drogheda fans will be screaming at this and going to centre forward. Now that Freddie Draper's gone, he scored 9 goals. He could lead the line. Adam Foley can do that, by the way. He scored 4 goals this season as well, and he led the line against Cork City quite well. He has suffered a lot of muscle injuries as well, and you can't just go with just Adam Foley. So they definitely need another centre forward, someone who can, easier said than done, score goals. Mainly someone who can just lead the line again. Foley can do it, as I said, to a degree, but he has to be managed, I think, with his injuries, to be honest. So Drogheda United, for me, again, it's a centre forward, similar to UCD. Sligo Rovers. Now, for them, I think it's a wide man, in my opinion. They have a couple of wide men at the club. Liva can play wide. They had Hartman there. Fitzgerald is there, etc. Barlow can play there too. But they could do with someone that is capable of scoring a goal or two playing wide. Again, easier said than done for clubs to go out and get these players. Easier said than done. But if you're trying to identify a player, someone with a bit of quality out wide, I think they lack that compared to some of the other teams in the league, to be honest with you, majority teams in the league, actually. So if they could bring in someone who is capable of coming in and inverted forward from a wide position and scoring and help Mata with the load, I think that could be massive for them. So a wide man for Sligo, in my opinion. Again, let me know, Sligo fans, in the comments what you think. Next up, Shelbourne. And I think for Shelbourne, I think it's a centre midfielder. I think they've got decent players in centre midfield. Hikiki can play in there. They obviously have Coyle, Lunny, Caffrey can play in there as well. But he's more of a utility player, isn't he, under Duff? But I think, again, easier said than done. But I think if they can get someone in midfield who, a bit of a ball player, someone who could set the tone, a tempo setter in midfield, that's something they lack, I think, big time. I'm not sure if Duff is looking for that type of player. Maybe he just wants workers in midfield to work off the ball. But for me, when I watch them play, that's what they lack. Other positions, they're reasonably strong. They'd be relatively happy enough with the positions, generally wide up front and that kind of thing. But I think centre midfield, someone who can actually get on the ball and set the tempo. I think that's something Shelbourne require, and would make a big difference to them if they could get a player with those attributes. Next up is Bohemians. And Bohemians is interesting because a lot of people might say a striker. I think Afolabi's done well for them in the last couple of weeks, but clearly a right back. I mean, even from the start of the season, the Jay Ben there didn't play too many games, so he's gone back on loan, but he was the only natural right back at the club. Horton's been playing there. Buckley's played 1 or 2 games there. It's not just that. The clubs are kind of, when you play Bows, you know that they don't have anyone that's natural at right back, and it is targeted, and I do see it being targeted quite obviously in games as well. So they badly need a right back. A right back, obviously, with a bit of quality if they can get one in, but their worry is that they just simply need a right back and they just get a right back in, but they need someone a bit of quality there. So with Bowles a right back, I suppose what's interesting there so far, a lot of clubs identifying with different positions, which is interesting there so far on the list of clubs have gone through, I think. Again, let me know in the comments, Bowles fans, what you think. Next up, I'm going to go for Dundalk. And Dundalk's an interesting one, to be honest with you. I think their fullbacks are pretty decent. I think at centre back, they're pretty good as well. Solid in midfield, a lot of options in midfield. O'Kane, Kelly, if he can stay fit, wide. They lost Hullock recently, and they've obviously got Huben. But I actually think they need another striker, to be honest with you, because when Huben was missing there, and he will be get games where he's missing, you pick up 1 or 2 injuries, there's going to be a big gap in quality. You don't expect to get another Huben in, but they need someone who can step up to the mark. John Martin, decent player, can play wide, can play up front. Generally, is better wide anyway. So I think they need another striker who can be competitive and come in when Huben is missing, in my particular opinion. Anyway, next up, Derry City. Now, there's a couple of things with Derry City here. Obviously, a bit of creation. I've talked about them before in midfield, but Patching be back soon should give them a bit of that, you would think. Wasn't performing brilliantly before his injury, but even so, Duffy will be back soon, etc. So they've got that, but clearly they need a centre forward as well. Colin Whelan, losing him is a big loss. I think McGonigal can be up and down, to be fair. Kavanagh hasn't quite hit it for me at Derry. So someone who can really stick the ball in the net, again, easier said than done in this league. But they've been linked with players like Sean Maguire, like seriously linked with Sean Maguire and players like that. And if they could get a striker in, they can put the ball in the back of the net. Probably give them more confidence. Some of their passing can be slow and deliberate, and maybe the lack of confidence in expecting to finish chances comes into that as well. But for me, Derry City, a striker. St. Patrick's Athletic. Now, that's an interesting one because a lot of people probably think a striker for Pats as well, but they do have 3 strikers at the moment, potentially 4. Carty is on loan from Bolton. I think he might move back, to be honest. Melia's only 15, but serious potential. Lonergan is only 20. Hasn't got enough run of games for me. He's suffered from lack of confidence, but has scored goals for UCD and scored a couple at the weekend as well. Owen Doyle is just simply past his best by a long shot. So you're looking at Pats in terms of striker, maybe you're thinking that, but I'm going to change a little bit here and actually say a left back, because Breslin's been brilliant this season, by the way, one of the best left backs in the league. But with cup games in Europe coming up and league games, and Pats haven't got another option at left back. So if Breslin's missing or you want to rest him, you're going to have to play someone out of position at left back, basically, something I don't really like. But also you have a fear that Breslin would get burnt out in that position. He gets up and down, even at full back, never mind wing back. So Pats could definitely do another competitive left back, in my opinion, to lessen the load on Anto Breslin there. Again, Pats fans, Derry fans, let me know what you think in the comments. And finally, Shamrock Rovers. It's an interesting one because it depends with them. They've got Europe coming up. They've got a lot of options, but it depends with injuries and stuff. I think up front they're okay. I think they've got 3 options there. Burke in behind, Burt coming back fit maybe as well. Wing back, they've got Ferrugia, they've got Clark, but they're out injured. How long will Ferrugia be out for? I'm not too sure. I don't think he shouldn't be out for too long, I don't think. So it's an interesting one. They may, in my opinion, they may need another right wing back. I think Finn obviously is a great professional, but can't quite get up and down. They've got more options on the left, really, with Kavanagh as well. I think they could do with someone a bit more athletic in the right wing back position. Gannon can play there too, but someone who can get up and down on the right hand side in that position is something I think they could do with, to be honest with you as well. So guys, I've got to leave it there. Just a quick video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on your club. what does your club need, basically. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit your bell notification button, and like the video if you like the content. See you later, guys.